The Borough of Yeadon, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, Borough Council, legislative meeting for July 21, 2022 is now called to order. Would you please stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Mayor Hackett. Here. Thank you. President Sharon, Council Harris.
Present.
Vice President Lynn Johnson.
Present.
Councilor Yeadon Borough. Councilor Carlette Brooks. Thank you. Councilor Nicole Beaton. Councilor Toya Monroe. Councilor Leanna Rothwell.
Here. The Vice President sitting in the mayor's seat.
Do we have a solicitor representative?
He's in route.
Our finance director, Mr. Nafis Nichols. Our tax collector, Ms. Yolanda Hughes.
She's here.
Thank you, thank you. And our representative for Mr. Bill Escuso, our engineer for Panoni.
Present.
Thank you. Council President, all the time for.
Council President, we have the Vice President sitting in the mayor's seat. I'm not sure he's got the question.
For citizens forum, agenda items only, comments limited to 3 minutes. I want to welcome all of you here today, particularly the residents and neighbors that came out for our mid-year finance budget report that was prepared in the format of a PowerPoint presentation. That finance report will be available online within the next 48 hours. For those of you that weren't here for that, I would strongly encourage you to take a look at that report. And if you have any questions, you can always forward those questions to Mr. Dodson, and he'll get them to Mr. Nafis Nichols. Thank you, Mr. Nichols, very much. The report was very, very well done and prepared and answered a lot of questions and did, in fact, give us a municipal budget 101. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Madam President.
For business of residents wishing to speak, there is a particular decorum that we are attempting to maintain, a decorum of respect and honor, a decorum of goodwill for those of us that are the members of this council and the public to do the things that we're charged to do, and that is to take care of the business of the borough. With that in mind, there's a code of conduct. You have police officers, in fact, our acting chief, Burns, thank you for being present here today, and the officers that are here. And so just want to make sure that there's respect.
What's his name? I didn't hear it. What's his name? Shot!
Like a Las Vegas attorney.
You gotta get you a microphone where we can hear it. I can't hear you. I'm letting you know. Don't, no. I'm letting them know, sir. I cannot hear. Sir, I hear you. I want to hear everything clearly. Thank you.
Let me just give you the order of tonight's meeting. We will have a citizens forum. The citizens forum is every resident that has something that they want to share or questions they may want to ask the law provides for, and this borough code provides for an opportunity for you to, in order for us to, you got a call. I'm going to instruct you, did you complete a form to speak? There's a 3-minute limitation.
There's no pens out here. There are frequently no pens.
Never.
It is
Never.
It is not true, it's not frequently.
Mr. Dodson.
No pens.
Mr. Dodson.
Look at the pen.
Solve the problem.
Okay. Are there any other citizens that have not completed a request for public comment? Okay.
I think
The forms are right by Lieutenant Burns. The forms are there.
who needs a form?
Anybody else? I got a pen. Anybody, I got, see, you got that. Anybody else need a form to speak? Anybody else? Anybody else need a form? Anybody need a pen? There's a pen.
When you complete your form, as you complete your forms, please pass them to the officer.
But Walmart said that they would no longer sending their junior associates, and that they would be providing us with someone more familiar with municipal law. They were previously told that they were no longer going to send their junior associates.
Yeah, we don't want the Las Vegas attorney.
So does it mean you have to pay for that?
I'm equally concerned with respect to the audience being told about respect and decorum, but yet still our mayor is sitting on the sideline when he should be placed in the front on this podium here. I see Councilor Loren Johnson has taken his place, so perhaps any questions relating to anything that the mayor presides over, direct them to Councilor Loren Johnson, as she is pretending to be the mayor for the evening.
Every evening.
I'm not ashamed.
You are the mayor? Change your name tag. Sorry.
Are there any other residents with forms?
Yep.
Okay. While we're waiting, there will be some adjustments to the agenda here tonight. My report in particular will be held after the department heads have made their presentations. As many of you are aware,
We didn't hear the last thing you said. What's being held?
after? Her report.
my report.
Okay, thank you.
My report will be right after the department heads. In order to expedite the meeting tonight, there are many concerns of meetings being too long and discouraging residents coming out. So we want to be respectful of people's time and their evening, and we'd like to get the business of the town completed and move on from there.
So don't we have to take a vote to make changes to the agenda? It can't just be advisory. This is a democracy, not a dictatorship. We're supposed to take a vote on changing the agenda, and then we're supposed to post that changed agenda if approved on our website.
And you can vote for it to be a permanent change. So our poor directors, heads don't need to wait so long to give their reports.
I'm also concerned that in previous meetings where council president has waited until the very end to give her sermon, she would end the meeting immediately thereafter without taking any questions and without acknowledging the public. So just so the public is
I
aware.
want to inform the public.
If I were to suggest that it comes.
Councilor Monroe is out of order.
Councilor
Councilor-
Monroe,
Councilor-
Yes, she is.
Councilor
Days out of
Monroe
order
She
because
has not been acknowledged
when
by this
asking
chair.
to be recognized, I am never
And
acknowledged
Councilor
by
Monroe
this
is out
chair.
of order.
Excuse me, you're in the audience?
So what I want to do next is Mr. Joffrey, would you come to the podium, please? Answers for Sean, is it Boffy?
Yes.
Mr. Boffy.
Bofi.
Mr. Bofi,
Okay.
would you come to the microphone? You have 3 minutes to express your concerns.
Thank you.
Yes, it's on.
Okay, my name is Bofi Jabate. I live at 41 West Broadway Avenue.
You can speak a little bit more into your
I
microphone.
said, my name is Bofi Jabate. I live at 41 West Broadway Avenue in Clinton Heights. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the African Cultural Alliance of North America, the largest community-based service organization that is located at 5530 Chester Avenue in Philadelphia. We represent almost about 130,000 African and Caribbean immigrants in the Philadelphia area. Sean, a child that died in police custody here in the Yeadon Borough, I'm related to that child. And for us, we are baffled by the fact that there hasn't been any relationship between us and the borough or the borough leadership. We are here tonight to ask you, Madam President, to ensure the public and us that there will be a full investigation of causes leading to the death of Sean. We are aware of the mental health crisis that Sean faced. I work for the City of Philadelphia Department of Public Human Services for over 11 years. I know what mental health issues are. And because of that, we know when we call police, we know that the first line of defense is for the police to call mental health crisis team. Here in Nakufai, which is just about walking distance from this hearing room, is the crisis center at Fitzgerald Mercy. That's where we expected Sean to have been taken.
Come on.
And now we know that that was not the case. Rather, I understand they say he had a warrant. Either there is a need for professional handling by the police here in Yeadon, but we are aware that the child was placed into custody, and the next thing we hear is that the child is dead. All of you, amazingly, our mothers and fathers on this council borough, it pains us to know that there hasn't been a response by Yeadon Borough through its mayor and through this council to ensure that there should not be screaming and yelling on the street calling for investigation and deep knowledge of what really happened to Sean. Tonight I'm here as a family member to make sure that it doesn't, his death is not swept under the rug.
Come on.
We pay taxes just like everybody.
Come on. Yep.
Mr.
Come on.
Bofi,
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. That's
My name is Joe Ardon. I'm the nephew of Ms. Yah Carson, the mother of Sean, who unfortunately tragically passed away, as we all know here, while in custody of the department here. I am only about 3 years older than Sean, and as I said, I'm the mother of the nephew, so you can see how personal this is for me. This is a young black man that was entrusted with the police, and within less than 2 hours to get such devastating news, and still within almost 2 weeks later to have no update on what's going on, honestly, it's quite embarrassing. As a council, just honestly, just even the bickering that we're seeing here, somebody's child is dead.
Come on.
Sitting here trying to
Come on.
That's embarrassing. That could be any one of your sons.
That's right.
That could be Senator Williams' son, it could be
My
the
son.
chief's son, it could be their son, it could be me. And yet we have no answers. And quite frankly, it's even much more embarrassing that we have a council that's so black.
Come on.
We have a black council.
Come on.
And we can't get justice for Sean? No justice.
No
Justice.
No peace.
Madam President, we're here once again. As I said last time we had a conversation, we are not enemies of the police. We support our police to the highest extent.
Come on.
We have always supported our police.
Yes.
We need our police to support us now.
Come
And we
on.
know there are some few bad apples,
That's right.
but that doesn't mean, the
All
other
of
apples
them are.
can't stand up for us. Because this isn't a fight for just Sean. This is a fight for our community at large. And it's a shame, after this situation happened, the mother's house was broken into. And when the mother's house was broken into, do you know where the hands was pointed? Who people were speculating? This particular borough. That is a shame. And when the house was broken into, I told the mother, let's call the police. You know what she said?
Yeah.
Hell no, they're not coming in my house. She's terrified of me. She's terrified of the cops.
Come on.
She paid taxes
Yeah.
for these same police officers, and she's terrified to even get them, to even call them when something happens.
Oh my God.
That is a shame, and that is an
My
embarrassment to not just Yeadon Borough, but to the United States in general. When we immigrated to this country, most of our members here are immigrants. When we immigrated to this country, we immigrated from a war-torn country for a reason.
Come
That was
on.
to live the American dream. Sean
Tell
didn't
it.
get a chance.
Tell it.
Sean didn't even get a chance to live that.
No.
And we're all sitting here, we're playing politics out of a young guy's
Come on.
death. That is an embarrassment. And so I'm calling
Embarrassing.
all of our council members here to please put our differences aside, especially our political
Forget about
differences.
y'all.
Let's get justice for Sean.
That's right.
We are,
Sean.
as a family, are willing to work with you and open the communications. But one thing we won't do is we're not going to the small talks. We want justice, and we want it now.
Justice.
It's my understanding that the cops that were in
Sir, your 3 minutes are up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, wow. Sir! Sir! You got it. I'm behind you. Hand them up.
No justice!
No peace.
Okay, Liz?
All right, I'm gonna start talking, so don't start my timer yet, because I just want to preface this, don't start before I get to the podium. To the family, my condolences. My comment is targeted at council, because they are not sharing the responsibility. I understand that neglect happened. I understand that a person in custody.
Your time has started.
Oh, just shut up. A person in custody.
Come on now. Tell it.
Now you want to learn. It takes a depraved individual to use someone's personal tragedy for their own advantage. Instead of investing in our community and police department, you are doing your best to dismantle both. The $20,000 business block party for the 700 block of Church, Flag Day, $10,000 for banners, paying friends like Gary royally for abysmal service, bribing former political foes like Isaac for their cooperation by giving them high-paying jobs they can't even perform. You are embezzling more money than the FOP settlement you used as an excuse to fire Chief Chachi. Every time there's a tragedy involving police in the national news, Chief Chachi spoke out against the police and made sure his people understood what their mistakes were so it wouldn't happen here. Now, after removing the leadership from the police department, your
using the death of another woman's son to try to further smear the reputation of our police officers, implying there's a cover-up. Officers who responded to a mother's call for help. These are the very same men you will call without hesitation next time you need help.
How?
Do you even see white men as individual humans? We already know Lorin can't tell one white man from another without name tags. I have met most of the officers in the police department. I know their temperaments, and unlike counselors, they are required to pass psychiatric evaluations. You have never bothered to get to know the people in our police department. You can't even remember the lieutenant's name half the time. I watch every police interaction I see, and I have for years. I care about my neighbors and my black relatives who visit my neighborhood. I can see quite a bit from my windows. I saw the time Ned O'Donnell changed the tire for that elderly couple that was not staged. Drunk drivers smash up on Cobb Street, I see it. And I could see how you hid at home when this tragedy happened. You lied to the news reporter over the phone claiming three-quarter staffing of the fully staffed police department. Hiding and lying are not the actions of a concerned leader. Perhaps you are assuming our police officers are men like the ones you've raised. Sharon, that certainly could have been your son instead of Mrs. Carson's son in that 85-year-old holding cell.
Come on! I can't stay. I got to go. I can't stay. I got to go. I can't stay.
Good day.
Have a good day, Mr. Green. We have too many women who are criminals, are married to criminals, or who have raised criminals, making decisions for our community.
Excuse me, your time is up.
Even worse than discrediting our police
Excuse me,
department
your
with
time is
your
up.
accusations of a cover-up.
Excuse me, your time is up.
You are discrediting the Black Lives Matter movement.
Excuse me, your time is up.
How does it look when they try to pursue justice for Sean and end up with black schools because
Excuse
black
me,
women
your time is up.
Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! Say his name! Justice! Say his name! Justice! What do we want? Justice!
Chief Judging back!
Say that name!
Cynthia Nesbitt.
It is no fair to cut up my time because people are clapping so loud. Oh, I'm sorry.
I tend to agree.
I didn't even know about this young man. I sat here. I've been living down here 45 years, and Yeadon is changing drastically. I haven't been to these meetings. This is changing drastically. So, but what I'm here for is about the tax office, which is Yolanda is holding. I understand that she does not have an office anymore, and I understand that that when it comes to making phone calls or anything like that, she has to use her private phone. That's an elected position.
That is correct.
So it's not an appointed, the people of this township elected this young woman to take care of taxes. Now, with her not having an office to, for the public to come in case there's something wrong with their taxes, is a sin. First of all, you're affecting not only, take out your personal behavior and deal with the fact when you need to bring an issue up about your taxes, you have nowhere to come to. And I know that it's always been an office. Like I said, I've been here 45 years, so I know there's always been an office. The office is a little teeny square box, but whatever, it's an office where you can have files there. So I feel like everyone here are homeowners. So you're affecting the homeowners in order to be able to say, I need to come up, because there's maybe something, there's some discrepancy in their paperwork, or the taxes. We get ready to go into the school taxes, I think, which should have been out, because I know it normally comes out a little bit earlier than what it is now. It still has to come out. That may not fall on y'all, it comes from William Penn. But bottom line, that's a very huge tax. So people are going to want to come to the office, maybe, for the homestead, and that's not available because she doesn't have an office. And she shouldn't be using her own phone. Wait a minute, let me just say this. She shouldn't be using her own phone take messages from the public. That's all I'm saying. I just think we need to do right, because we, we know that.
What I would really appreciate you doing, if either after this meeting or schedule a time to meet with Mr. Dodson, or.
That don't work.
He'll have some complete information.
I'm trying to
for you
schedule for a
and to
month,
answer
he ain't
your
got back to me
questions.
yet.
So that don't go unanswered.
I got documents.
Okay.
tax collector. Do the tax collector has no job. A drop box isn't enough.
You don't get back to nobody.
He's not answering my emails anyway.
Ms. Hughes, do you have an office in this borough?
Currently, yes.
Currently you do.
Have they asked you to move out of the borough?
Miss Anna, you're next.
Have you been asked to move your office outside of the borough?
Miss Anna.
She said yes.
Yes.
So she's been asked
She's been
to
asked.
move her office outside the borough.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't made aware of that request for you to move your office outside of the borough, and I'm sure that Councilor Monroe hasn't heard, Councilor Beatty has not heard. And we are absolutely against that. I don't know what the reasonings are for that. We have not been consulted with respect to that.
And we didn't vote for that.
And it is a great disadvantage to the community of Yeadon if you push the tax collector outside of this borough. It's not right. And it appears to be
I gotta respond to that. Point of order. There is a connection to all of this that I see. Everyone associated with me and my church, they're kicked out of this borough. They did that to Reverend Tony Trueheart. They put her on the zoning board, and then they kicked her off. They did that to the tax collector, because they're ministers in my church. And they slammed them in the
Mr.
face
Mayor,
with that.
Mr. Mayor, you're out of order. You're
Well,
out of order.
You're against my
Mr. Mayor,
church, you're against the
Mr. Mayor,
church, and you're
you're out
against
of
everyone
order.
that's connected with me.
And that's borderline
You have
discrimination.
You have the floor. You have the floor. Thank you.
That's a fact.
Well, the tax collector has an office.
The tax collector is an elected official.
You have the floor. Let's let the meeting run.
I want to offer my condolences to the members of the family of Sean. And then I'm also going to talk with regards to the budget. I think that the budget is very important, and I think one of the things that we actually need to do is start spending on public safety. We've talked for many months about the police force in this state, and they get information with regards to that. But we've attended meetings, a workshop about 4 months ago, where it was specifically stated that the full-time staff was understaffed by 5 or 6 people with regards to the police force. And I think it's important to have a fully staffed police force. We need to hire and allow the police the tools, the equipment, the staff to effectively do their jobs and protect the residents of this borough. And that needs to be done and needs to be made a high priority. We need to do it now. I know that the last council meeting, when we were talking about hiring a part-time police officer, one of the council members stated, we'll do it when we feel that it's need, not when you request it. Well, we need the police. We need to give them the tools to do their job. I don't know whether or not having a fully staffed police force had anything to do with this unfortunate incident that we're seeing, but who knows, it could have. We're willing to spend with regards to everything else. We are a borough of 13,000 people. That means that we need to have a decent-sized police force with regards to expenditures. And Isaac, I don't mean to, I'm trying to make a point with the next thing, so please don't take this personally. When we hired you as the borough manager, we gave an additional $25,000 with regards to a salary.
And hired an assistant.
We also hired an assistant. That's an additional $100,000 that we're paying on an annual basis. It's not a one-time thing, it's going to be an annual. You take into what we're paying for Joel Avery, Gary Core. When you take all of that, that's an additional total of about $200,000 that we're spending every year. If we can spend on this, why can't we spend on the police force?
That's right.
Public safety.
This building was built in 1937. The police facilities are antiquated and unsafe, and you need to invest in that.
We really need to reassess our priorities and listen to what the residents are saying. Every single resident, well, maybe not every single, but a lot of the residents are saying, we really need to take a look with regards to what we're spending on public safety. And now is the time to do it. We need to put politics aside and really take a look with regards to this. Public safety is a good investment. So we need to start spending with regards to that. And the other thing that I'm hearing is I'm hearing residents comment. Well, I'm out a lot, so people see me. And it just saddens me.
Excuse me, your time.
Well, it just saddens me to hear people.
Excuse me, ma'am, your time is
They no
up.
longer feel safe as they did.
Excuse me, ma'am, your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to do a little bit of a change with the response to the finance director made a very salient point before many of you were here so that you don't leave with misinformation. I'm going to ask the finance director to speak to the fact that for the past 6 years, 7 years, Mr. Nichols, excuse me, so that Mr. Nichols can express the answer that you asked during the budget session tonight, earlier tonight. Mr. Nichols, would you expound on the fact that the 17 full-time officers and that particular statistic and the part-timers that we do have hired here, what does the budget allow and what has it been since you've been here?
We don't have 17, don't we have 16? Where do you get 17?
Mr. Nichols has the floor so that people here tonight do not leave with the wrong information with regards to the full staffing or full complement of police officers and where that statistic came from was about 17 years ago doing an FBI recommendation to populations and the number of police. Yeadon Borough has not had
Where's that report? This is 17-year-old information? You're not, that's not a report. Information? That's not a report.
Mr. Nichols.
He don't even know what you're asking him. He confused.
I want you to leave.
Look at the wrinkles in his forehead. He confused. He don't even know what you're asking him. You want him to lie for you. He don't know how to make up a lie that quick. He's not one of your kids.
Madam President, what I'll say is, again, in the budget presentation earlier today, what I stated was...
Would you please let Mr. Nichols speak? Thank you.
What I stated was, since I've been with Yeadon Borough, I've been here since June 1 of 2018, the borough has had 17 police officers. Since I have been here, we've budgeted that amount since I've been here. In fact, when I got here, I believe we had 15. We increased it by 2. This current budget does allow for an additional police officer for this fiscal year. To date, we've spent 10% of what was budgeted on part-time officers, so there are dollars there for part-time officers to complement the police department. I know we just hired a part-time officer. I'm not a part of that process. I don't know where we are in that process. I can't answer that. But I can only tell you, that since I've been here, what the number was. And every budget year, if requests come in, we can accommodate them. The council adopts the final budget.
So, Mr. Nichols, if the council adopted that we needed 22 police officers, would you then budget for 22?
Yes.
So what's in our budget is not the number of officers that we need.
Exactly.
That you're trying to spend this to make it, yes, 18 was budgeted because that's what we have at the time. And then your council placed a moratorium on hiring police.
Miss Penny McDonald.
Now don't let her go for 10 minutes like last time, because you seem things in life. We're timing you too.
My name is Penny McDonald, and I am a resident of Yeadon for over 40 years. And I would like to give my condolences to the families. I'm very sorry to hear about what happened. And I support you in your charge to find out exactly what happened.
Amen.
There's a lot of things happening today. And it's, as somebody mentioned, I think it was this fine young man, there's a lot of politics going on. The unfortunate thing about what's going on here in Yeadon is that we don't see you all every month when you need to know what's going on. Things are going on in Yeadon that you need to be aware of. There's some lies put out there that you don't hear the truth about. And I'm just going to hit on a couple of bullets because I have a short amount of time. But if you want to talk to me after this meeting, I'm open to do that. Okay, so I'm going to be going through some things real quick. Number one bullet that I wanted to mention is that Yeadon was a sleepy town where people would come to raise their family and to retire. We have some council members up here, along with one of our other leadership persons here who invited the dispensary to come out. The dispensary came out and the community said they didn't want it. The residents had all kinds of rallies. We got a young lady here who has, that's her warehouse in bringing about rallies, and when folks come to her with complaints, she tries to do something about it, and that's Mrs. Leslie McGurdy. Now, as a result of these rallies that took place when the community said that they did not want that dispensary, the former president, who's sitting right here, she didn't come to none of the meetings when the senator wanted to put an injunction against the dispensary opening. He said that she blocked the solicitor.
That's not true.
He said she blocked the solicitor. She didn't come to any meeting.
That is not true.
Her responsibility was to call a community meeting so that we can say yay or nay. That didn't happen. So that's one thing that took place. Another thing that took place is that you all, some of you are saying you want Chachi back.
Okay, excuse me, just a moment. We have councilors talking so that Ms. McDonald can be heard. Your second point, that you're allowed an extra minute.
You know what? Just like that young man said, political.
Right.
All of this is political. And it's a shame. It's a shame.
Not an agenda item.
It's not an agenda item.
All of it is political.
Miss McDonald has the floor.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
It is the Subcontract violation of your speaker. It is the Subcontract violation to speak over a speaker. It's a violation of the law to let her speak over her own.
Finish your last point because I was interrupted.
Yeah, well, I was
As
interrupted.
I
I
said
didn't get to
before,
finish my last point. Then you're going to get an extra time. Then you're going to get extra time.
That's wrong, Sharon, that's wrong, that's wrong.
That's right. That's right. It is
No,
wrong.
it's not.
It is wrong.
No, it's not.
But you know what? Everybody want to
Go
see
ahead, go ahead,
where who you really are. You can say, you want to see who you really
Hey,
are.
excuse me, can you start recording this young lady? When she
Yeah,
talks?
record it, yes.
This is a
And put me back
respectable
on the
place.
website.
Let me just finish my point.
Put me back on the website.
It's a violation of the Sunshine Act to speak over a speaker. These are right. What she was saying.
ROAD.
You're violating the law.
Ms. McGurk,
That's what you
wanna
do.
get for a minute?
Can I finish my point? I was not allowed, and you know, it was done on purpose so that you won't hear what I have to say. Now, let me finish my point. Madam President, Madam Middleton.
I want to hear from the mayor with respect to the independent investigation.
That's right.
That's what I want to hear from. I want to hear from the mayor
But I
about some
agree.
real business.
I
Like that
agree.
nonsense you talk.
It is
I have
I want to
three
hear from
minutes
you.
that I did not get.
It is the present
I have
prerogative.
I have 3 minutes that I didn't get.
Ms.
No,
You're out of order. Ms. Pennebeck, it is the discretion of this chair to allow.
We don't have a democracy.
Dictatorship, there it is.
All 7 of us got the same
Go ahead, Ms. McDonald.
Thank you. Okay,
Ms.
now,
McDonald,
so
you
many
have a
folks,
minute.
so many folks were mentioning different budgets and money that was going out. But I don't hear anybody mentioning the $400,000 that, Chachi.
Because it wasn't $400,000.
And nobody died. Nobody died.
Nobody died because of that money.
Affected our budget, our general fund. Nobody's talking about that. You all need to know that Chachi was not fired, his contract was not renewed. And they have a right not to renew it. He went over the budget.
He did not go over the public safety.
Can I please talk? This is so
Mr.
rude.
Marshall, your family should ask why she didn't call a meeting when Councilor B requested it the day of the incident. When the mayor showed up and started the investigation the day of the incident.
I called a meeting the day of the incident.
The investigation has started. Why hasn't she given you an update? We've been begging for an update too. We're right here with you. For weeks. What happened? I can't find the mayor. I can't find the mayor.
Why we couldn't find you when it was still in?
We ain't never killed nobody.
You weren't there when
We ain't killed nobody. Sharon did. The blood is on her hands. The blood is on her hands.
No justice!
No peace.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Say his name! Sean! Say his name!
I want to apologize.
The GA came out here at 2:15 p.m. Ask her what happened.
To Sean's
Ask her what
family,
happened.
to his mother. Sean's family, stand up. On behalf of residents, all the families, stand up.
Council, please listen.
All the families, stand up. On behalf of Sean and the residents of Yeadon, we apologize to you all that you had to come here tonight to hear this. That they couldn't take 1 minute, 1 day, 1 hour to stop this nonsense and let this family be heard tonight. I know
Shame!
head shaking and it's sad because his mother lost her son, y'all.
Shame on you.
Shame on council.
Regardless of what our differences is here, this is a mom that's here. That her heart is hurting. That she's just here trying to ask for questions and answers because she don't know. And she don't know who to turn to. And a mom that is afraid of the police, and she should not be, because some of them are good people. I watched police officers 2 Fridays ago up here at this corner, and I want to say white or black, but it was a white man. And he had mental issues. And he performed on that corner for almost a half an hour. And he called those police officers every name he could think of. And he told them that they didn't live here, and they needed to go back to where they belong. And those officers were humble. And those officers treated that man like he was their brother, their son, and their nephew. And they watched this man walk back over the bridge of Yeadon. I watched the whole thing and taped it in tears, watching it. And how humble the police officers were to that man. And made sure that he was safe. And I followed him over that bridge, and he sat down at that corner at the bus stop to see if he was okay, to see if he needed something to eat or drink. But because of the way that he was acting, I didn't want to go close to him. So why was Sean not treated like that also? Sean had mental issues also. Why was he not taken to a mental hospital? We did some research, and we gave you guys information, and Sharon, I think you have it in your stack, with things that police officers need to know to do when you approach somebody to that degree. Who was watching the cameras that night, knowing that he had mental issues that day, broad daylight? Who had the key to go back to make sure that this kid was all right, broad daylight? We don't need to place the blame on 7 council people. We need to place the blame where it belongs, which is in the police department. No. It is the responsibility of the police department. That's why you have the chiefs, that's why you have acting.
We don't have a chief. We don't have a chief. We don't have a chief.
But guess what? That chief trained every last one of these people. They were under his leadership, so they knew what to do. So that man should not have been left in that cell, regardless of how we all feel, without him being watched. The camera people should have known that man was in there, and they should have watched him because he had
Ms. McGurk, your time is up.
I charge council and mayor to make sure that these police officers get training so that they know how to deal with somebody like this. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We want what? Answers. And we want it when? Now.
Thank you.
Once they finish
Thank you,
talking
Ms.
about
McGurk.
Sean,
Your
get up
time
and
is up.
leave. Do not stay here for this nonsense.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Third-party investigation.
Okay, Terry.
Again, I called for a meeting.
You have the floor.
We called for a meeting the day that it
So,
happened.
since I wasn't sure if we could yield time, but I see that time was yielded from, this lady to Miss Penny, I'm sorry, Miss Leslie to Miss Penny.
No, she didn't get it.
Well,
Time was not yielded.
They didn't allow, okay, but she allowed it. I wanna know if I can allow my time to the cousin, because he didn't get a chance to finish his, thank you.
You may.
Okay, I didn't know you, well, I didn't explain it, thank you.
Can you share?
That's him, that's, yeah.
How much time are you yielding, ma'am?
Everything, all 3 minutes.
What I was saying?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm trying to make sure we're not 3 minutes.
Here we go. So just to make it clear, after him, after her, okay?
1.5, 1.5.
Yes.
We can do it, right?
Yes.
Next time?
Next time, you got your next time.
Okay, basically, I just reiterate what I said. I said, now, there's some of you, excuse me, there's some of you.
Dennis, keep going, because your time is gonna run out.
Okay, as I said before, some of you are hollering for Chachi to come back. I like Chachi. However, he said that he's gonna sue us. He's gonna sue us, and it's gonna go against our insurance. But the $400,000, because of a decision he made, the mayor made, and the former borough president, the decision that they made is gonna affect our budget. We need to know, please be quiet. You all need to know that. You don't know all of what's going on, and you're rallying behind things without even paying attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Ask me questions, ask questions. I'm not saying it just to go by what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't rally and come up here acting all a fool. You know what I mean? Especially against one another. The other thing I want to know is how many black police officers did we have? It was said by the mayor and Chachi going around in Philadelphia saying it was prejudice. We never had a black police chief. How many? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
They got rid of them and still couldn't get a black chief. You got some already.
Madam Council, I only have a minute, so if I can take it, please.
Use that voice.
I'm embarrassed. What the hell are y'all doing? What is this? Listen, let me tell you something. I did student council from kindergarten to 12th grade, right? They never acted as childish as y'all doing right now. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
We'll see you the same time next month.
And let me make sure we're clear here. Listen, we're not getting answers now, is what it's looking like. We won't be here at every single one of y'all meetings until we get our answers. I would love to, excuse me, Madam President. I have a minute. I would love to hear from our mayor regarding this situation, because he's been awfully quiet. Mr. Mayor, you're in charge of our police department. What the hell is going on? Where is Sean? Where's the justice? Are these cops still on the streets? Why are they still on the streets? What is going on? We have no answers. It's been going on 2 weeks. We haven't heard anything from the mayor or the council. Hello? We haven't heard anything.
Silence is violence.
You're a councilwoman.
She's been asking. She don't tell us.
Councilwoman. Why haven't you reached out to the parents?
Third-party investigation.
Mr. Mayor, you
Third-party investigation. Mayor, request a third-party investigation
investigation.
I would like to speak, but I'm bound by.
Still has 4 minutes,
The fake me.
3 minutes, 2 seconds, 1
No
second.
justice!
Thank you.
peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
We'll keep being here till we get peace, till we
Keep
get
coming.
justice.
Keep coming.
We're going to keep coming. Mr. Mayor, I'm looking at you. We're
Did you
coming.
get my call?
Your time is up,
Did you get my call
sir.
today?
Your time is up, sir.
Did you get my call?
Your time is up, Mr. Mayor.
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
We want Mayor Hepkins to request a third party investigation.
Well, you should request
The officer on desk duty. Normally, an officer is on desk duty. Administratively, Mayor,
point of order.
why have you not done that, Mayor?
Point of order. Point of order.
We don't attack anybody up there, no.
Point
It's
of
the mayor's
order.
job.
I know he feels bad.
It's the mayor's job.
Point of order, or is that only apply to me?
Sharon, trying to embarrass here. Just a minute. It's not about embarrassing, it's about doing your job.
Okay, now, we're going to, for the reports.
Sharon.
No, I put in a request for a citizens forum, because I'm also a citizen here.
Consideration.
No, the citizens forum, hold up, now, no, because I walked it right over.
Family member,
Yes.
family member.
You other people need to speak, and I put in a request as well.
Where's your request?
My request was up there. I don't know if you lost the paper or what happened. I gave it to the group. But I was about to say other people were saying it. Honestly, I'm here with the family, so I wasn't even gonna speak because I'm not, well, my name's Carol Kazim, so you didn't ask for my name first to even know. I was just here in support of the family of what happened tragically to Sean. And I was also here just requesting that an internal, honestly, investigation transpire.
That's on our agenda today.
Okay.
And that will be addressed, and we want you to just be a little patient with us. And we'll get to that on the new business.
All right, and I do just want to make a comment. As the president, and I don't know if you are the vice president, but if you are, regardless of what other opinion that everyone else is having on the side, you guys are also to lead with leadership.
That is correct.
And I'm very upset and disturbed to see my sisters up here like that. And we're doing too much pointing fingers. Excuse me, thank you. And the truth of the matter is, when you perform like that, we all look bad. And it's not to point my finger directly at you, I'm just saying collectively. But we need to get this in order, because I used to live here also in Yeadon. And I know that this can be way better than what I'm seeing. And some of the things that I am hearing on the outskirt from the other council members are not something that is crazy. But we have to stop that, because I'm not happy from what I just seen from both of you. You have to lead with leadership. And Mayor, you were elected. So I expected more, especially when people were crying out to you for help, for answers. You should have been given that. And if you don't know, then say, listen, I don't know, let me pull you to the side. But there is no way that we have, and I'm saying we because I'm speaking on them, have elected people to sit in these seats to act the way that you're acting, because they honestly conducted half of this meeting. So that's all I have to say. You don't even have to cut me off, because if you know the real me by now, I'm very disturbed. Please lead with leadership. Listen to your other council members, because what they were saying was not crazy. Thank you.
Council President, I'm asking to be recognized. I put in a form for citizens forum, because I am also a citizen. I can do it from here, or I can do it from the podium.
Excuse me. I've been asked time and time again, not to get on a platform, but to conduct the business of the town. And in an effort to do that, our first call and charge is to pay the bills for the town, these lights that you're sitting under.
You're skipping over my
To pay the salaries.
We're still in citizens
And the
forum.
staff.
I'm asking for a point of order, because you're taking this off, and I have information for the family of Charles Marshall
You
too.
have counselors.
I have information for the committee as well.
Interrupting the chair. When you have counselors that will not respect the chair. Ms. Monroe sat in this chair.
You said you were saving your president's report for the end.
And now you have people yelling out of the audience. You won't hear it. There is a certain protocol for not only this council,
And you're not
but
following
for all of you that are here. When you talk about leadership, leadership first has to have respectability.
Then structure. You had every opportunity to structure everyone that was sitting here. I have yet not heard you told anyone to take it, calm it down. You have not put any structure. So please don't throw any shots up there. You had every right to put on every leadership as you stood up there, and you didn't do that not one bit. I watched you. Not one bit. Thank you. Now, the order is, like she said, call it off because you're still doing citizen forum. Then you go with the agenda. If it's over, then you make sure that nobody else has any further comment. No, you're incorrect. I know exactly how it goes.
You are incorrect.
Sitting up here throwing shots back here.
I'm asking, Council President, I am asking to be recognized.
I'm sorry.
Council President, I'm asking to be recognized. I put in a form for a citizens forum to speak.
I recognize you, speak.
Council President, I'm trying to ask.
You had the right to speak as a council person, council person.
Council President, I'm asking.
No justice!
No peace!
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 No justice!
No peace! No peace! No peace! Good job, Sharon. No peace! Good job. No, Council President, I'm asking for permission. I'm asking for recognition. I'm asking for recognition. All right, then I'm going to go to you. I asked for permission. I'm asking for permission. So moved. I'm asking for a point of order.
I had a paper up there. Angie has one too. Everybody has a citizen. We got 3 people and you lost number 1 by 4. We got Angie, we got
No, we have people who are wishing
All in favor?
we have
No, it's no motion on the floor. It's no motion on the floor. It's no
There is no motion. We are wishing, no.
Right now, I'm waiting for the judge to they need a motion.
Immediately after, Councilor Beatty asked for an executive session, which is a meeting of all of council to discuss this. 2 weeks went by. We didn't have one. And when we did, the only thing she said is she's going to blame this on the previous administration and that this man never updated our policies. When we have policies that he's been updating since the day he started. It was pretty annoying to read, which is why I remember it. One of the policies that he updated was the prisoner